of course, the duo of Itunumi Solis and Daniel Dimay, members of Fan Battle 3. And we've been having a conversation the first half hour, or say maybe the first 15 minutes, considering when we kicked off. We talked about the Casemiro to United matter and the potential for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang coming back to the blue half of London. Interesting conversations. We'd like to hear from you later on when we open the phone lines. Don't forget, we're streaming live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 993. You'd be dropping your comments. Hodova is right by me, and we'd be looking at some of those comments on Facebook and Twitter as we go. I'll be checking the comments on WhatsApp as they come in. We'll share, we'll talk. We're also streaming live on YouTube, the way we do. And don't forget, the Nigeria Info Mobile takes us everywhere you go. Go to your Play Store right now for Android and, of course, for iPhones, and download Nigeria Info. You cannot miss it. The insignia is there. It's NI in yellow and green. You cannot miss it. Take us with you wherever you go. So, welcome back to the show. As we restart the show, let's talk about some quick news making the rounds. I'd like to start with this one. Anthony Martial. Well, is Anthony really Martial or not? Well, there's still a possibility for Manchester United. And that's in the midst of the conversations surrounding Cody Gakpo, that interest growing. So, Anthony Martial, will he be there or will he not be there? Now, these days we play Glory Man United in solemnity. Okay, let's amp it a bit.
Femi is not Femi. Femi, I know everybody's laughing, but
yes,
I don't find
it. Glory Man United.
Almost like an elegy.
I don't find it very funny.
Okay, sorry, let us leave Manchester United. Let's go where there's some life. Well, they try to make it lively. What are we hearing from Germany, Daniel?
Yeah, yes, Femi, we are hearing from Dortmund CEO Watzke only wax lyrically about the idea and flattery of Ronaldo playing at the Signal Iduna. That's where the Dortmund team plays. But the only strong signal in place of that news is like the AM signal, you understand. But what I want to just portray in this news is that the only club looking like the potential place that Ronaldo could actually go is Dortmund, because it ticks all the boxes. The fact that Dortmund is in the Champions League, they've lost Sebastian Haller, who they signed from Ajax. He will not be playing because he has he came down with I think a tumor. Yes, a tumor. So they don't have a striker right now, and I think if Ronaldo really wants to leave Manchester United, I think the only place where he will be loved and wanted is Dortmund.
We'll see. Let's leave Germany and this Dortmund people and come to England. Itunumi, what are you hearing?
It's about Brendan Rodgers, Leicester City's coach. I think the old man is still proving difficult and continues to insist that Wesley Fofana isn't for sale. Amidst the talks of a new James Maddison's contract, we all understand that Leicester City are not at the best of the season right now. So it's proving that no matter what Todd Boehly is bringing, Wesley Fofana is going nowhere. Well, he's insisting that he is an important part of this team. But Chelsea, the new owners are in town, are proving that we want to sign anybody who is ready to play for the blue side of London.
Yeah.
But, well, let's see how it goes. We still have about a week or so before the transfer window comes to an end. But I believe one thing. If the young man wants to go, which is obvious,
he wants to go.
He wants to go.
We'll see.
Well, it doesn't really work that way. The situation with him is he signed a 5-year contract extension, meaning he is giving Leicester the advantage. it's up to them. Okay, if
To
you don't meet our
decide.
valuation, you don't
You
go.
don't
Because
go.
players, it happens with players. They don't. Certain players they take a punt on themselves and say, okay, I might move to a bigger club, so I'm not going to sign a 1 year, sign a 2 year deal. So now Leicester have the advantage, and they want a world record deal, and they might get that because Chelsea will want to come with another bid. So unless it matches their valuation, they are not. Unless
Ready
they
to
need
let him
money,
go.
they might not let him go.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see about that. I agree with you guys and your points. I don't agree with how you choose to call Leicester City anyway. Say Leicester.
Leicester.
If you say Leicester again, I kill you. All right, let's move on. Let's stay in England. Daniel, what else?
Okay, the only tree that is growing people right now, Nottingham Forest, they just signed Morgan Gibbs White from Wolverhampton Wanderers. This should be their 16th signing this season, and funny enough, we've seen this happen over and over again every season when a new team comes to the block, come to the Premier League from the Championship. They try to sign everybody they can lay their hands on, just because most of the players that make them come up to the Premier League, most of the players are loaned players. So those players are sent back to their parent club and all that. So they've signed Gibbs White from Wolverhampton Wanderers.
All right, so let's leave England and their names that sometimes are hard to pronounce. Let's come home to what we understand. What do you have, Itunumi Solis?
Yeah, it's African football once again, and this is really, really a funny one. But let me break it the way it is. Mauritania have withdrawn from the ongoing WAFU under 15 competition following the 6 new drubbing to Sierra Leone, and these are their reasons. They said health and safety of their players, such as injuries due to, let me repeat, they said the reason why they shipping 6 goals from Sierra Leone are because, one, injuries due to age differences between the teams. And then the last time I checked, they said it's under 15. And I don't know if anybody here has watched this WAFU competition
Or see the lineup.
or see the lineup.
The photo.
Yes.
Yeah, Femi, you need to have seen it. I saw the picture, and
It's
the players they're older than me. I'm serious, because you could see the Mauritania bench, and you could see the opposite, and then Femi, the difference was clear. I totally understand their grievances. Totally.
So they're like, we're not playing again.
Like this is too
we
much.
can't take this
We
anymore.
have to consider the health and safety of our players. The kind of injuries. Our 15-year-olds are children.
And they didn't just say injuries, they cited it age.
Okay. Wahala in Africa. Anyway.
Let me look at it.
yeah.
Look at it.
And you know, just Google Mauritania and Sierra
Sierra
Leone.
Leone.
Under 15.
Under
Yeah,
15 WAFU.
15.
See the difference between the
From the looks.
between the Mauritanian players and the Sierra
That's-
Leonean players. And
that's
what
injustice.
they like
That's the injustice.
but what if it's just size and malnutrition?
I mean, why can't their own players? Why can't it?
Maybe they have more money and they eat better food in Sierra Leone.
That's a good excuse for them, but it doesn't work that
My
way.
brother, it's not a good excuse.
Okay,
You need to see the face.
let me leave Africa before I say something I shouldn't say. Let's go back to England and to Chelsea and the big topic of the evening. This is where we want your contribution. Chelsea completed the signing of Cesare Casadei, the 19-year-old Italian youngster, being unveiled by Chelsea today. So they're adding him to a growing list of emerging talents. This summer, they've already recruited the likes of Chukwuemeka, Hutchinson, Slonina, and the likes to join the club under the development strategy for the club run by Todd Bailey. The question is, what's going on here? I thought it used to be homegrown academy, discovering players, grooming them, and so the question is, what happens to that strategy of homegrown academy grooming and all of that? And how productive and profitable would this strategy be for the Blues in the long term? Signing 19-year-old, 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and all of that. Are we missing something here, Hodova?
Well, like you said, the homegrown thing has always been the Chelsea Cobham Academy has always produced some of the best talent. And now, under new ownership, Todd Bowley has decided to go a different way, signing players for the future. Personally, I don't see it as a bad thing. But then you're taking a punt on players that you're not sure can actually live up to that billing. You've seen the likes of Kani Chukwuemeka go for about 20 million total. He had a year left. We've seen Slunina from the Major League Soccer and Cassidy from Inter Milan. So it's looking like Chelsea are going through a different direction under new ownership. Personally, I think I'm indifferent about it. The aim is to win, even though the club or the academy can still generate as much talent. When you see talent from other clubs, why not? If you can get them, why not? If you can get them, why not? That's the whole point, is to win. And when you win with whether homegrown, at the end of the day, they don't say, even though people will give a quota to homegrown, but when you win, the whole team wins, whether you're homegrown or not. So
I wonder what Martin Tyler thinks.
Hi everyone, Martin Tyler here, English Premier League commentator, UEFA Champions League commentator, and assistant manager of Woking Football Club. You're listening to Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info FM.
So he has no thoughts on the matter, and we will not come back to Africa. We'll probably just stay with Rango, actually, before going back to Chelsea. Daniel, what do you think about this whole issue?
Well, I think differently from Odova, because I think homegrown is better, because we've seen Chelsea sign players like Kakuta. They were young talents, and even Romelu Lukaku, young talent. Then they didn't really spark that light you wanted in them. But we've seen players like Lampard, who are homegrown, John Terry, homegrown, and we have Mason Mount right now, James right now, really doing well for the team. I just feel that Chelsea should stick to the players that they have actually coached and seen go on loan and come back over the years, because buying these players who are developing from other teams, I think it limits those players in a sort of way, because those players will actually have the time. Like, let's say for instance, if Chelsea had bought Haaland when he was 19, I don't think Haaland will be where he is right now. So I feel that they should stick with their own homegrown players, and when these players are more matured and you know that once they are coming to your team they are actually given a chance to play, then you can actually buy these players. But buying them now, I think it's just like a ditch or a stop to their career growth. That's just what I feel.
Let's hear from the Chelsea fans themselves.
Sing loud and clear till the game is done. Sing Chelsea, everyone. Oh, blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, and winning is our aim. So cheer us on through the sun.
I haven't asked it to Numi Solis what he thinks of it. We've got our friends at GoTV lined up. That's coming in just a bit. But tell me what you think.
I'll put the line of my colleague here. I think I also believe in homegrown talent, but I don't understand. I believe homegrown talent should be players you raise from your academy. You don't have to spend big amounts signing these young talents. Or is it that homegrown talent also goes with 19-year-old, you sign them for 50, 20 million, and then you bring them to your team. After they are 20, 22, you sell them off. This is a system that has worked for all teams across Europe. Like, they develop these players. They don't have to sign them from another team. Like talent sourcing.
Okay.
So it worked for teams like Atletico. It worked for teams like Chelsea. they won European competitions. This youth under 17 or under 16 or so, Champions League or so. But when it comes to this signing, I don't believe in signing young talents, and that you are not sure whether they will prove themselves or not. But why not just go with raise them, whether they are fit your team, and yeah. But let's see what Cesare, the Italian youngster, will bring to the blue side of London anyway.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, for what it's worth.
Just as a reminder, like I said, this segment of the show is sponsored by GoTV Boxing. The GoTV Boxing season, it's back. It's bigger from what I hear. And there's information that we will be getting, which, it took David running in with arms like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and saying, I thought he was going to punch me, but he'll share that in a bit. First, we're making a point.
Yeah, what I'm saying is Chelsea have been producing these homegrown players, but they loan out almost all of them. So I don't see the issue with them planning by buying other players. I mean, they loan at the point they had almost 50 something. They had likes of Charlie Musonda. They had a lot. Marco Marin made like maybe 2 or 3 a pair of 10 max. He was out on loan. So they've always had this system of loaning players, including the homegrown ones. So I don't see any major issue with them. It's planning at the end of the day. Imagine buying top talent for the future. It's good planning if you want to look at it theoretically. You look at it from a business point of view. If you feel these players can one day go up to cost about 70, 80 million, they are cheap for 20, cheap for 11 million. Buy them. At the end of the day, if you lose, you lose. But then it's better than you regretting or missing out on talents, because you've seen clubs regret. Haaland was available for cheap. United did not sign him. Man City signed him for how much? 63 million. So these are signings that can be shrewd if it works out. Can be very shrewd if it works out. Yes.
I know Itunumi wants to argue about it, but that time will come. We will come because we need to hear what our friends at home think about it, especially the 3 main subjects we've talked about: the Casemiro to United, Aubameyang potentially to London, and of course Chelsea completing this signing of this 19-year-old Cesare Casadi, and whether this new policy of signing these youngsters in their late teens and jettisoning the old strategy of building them from kid years all the way, is it great? Will it be good on the long run? Will it be a good strategy? And how does this affect homegrown academy prospects, by the way? First up, though, a quick word from our friends at GoTV and the new boxing season.
My people, now what need they take to be last man standing for inside boxing ring? It they take sweat and speed. It they take calculation, game plan, and sometimes luck. When you hear this, for GoTV Boxing Night 26 for Teslim Balogun Lagos, it could take only one champion with Sabi stand strong.
Yes, so another night of full action don't show. No miss all the exciting action we go share for the GoTV Boxing Night 26. Enjoy them live on Saturday 20th August 5 p.m. on top GoTV channel 34. This action they are available to all Ginger, Jolly, Max, and Super subscribers. Download my GoTV app to keep your subscription active so you no go miss any action. GoTV, love it.
Red Sea. 12 rounds of boxing for the unified heavyweight championship of the world between former 2-time world champion Anthony Joshua and the reigning and defending heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk. It's the rematch the world has been waiting for. Saturday, August 20th, 12 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to... Maybe I better save that for Saturday night.
And who remembers how that went? We'll come to that. First and foremost, GoTV boxing season is here. You got a word from me, David.
Yes, yes.
I got to talk now. What happened?
I can't hear myself.
Borrow mic now. I don't know what happened.
I think there's an issue.
Yep. Aha. Switch. Go round. So that's mic 6. So we'll. Okay, you for just come for mic 2 now. What's your problem? Okay, I mean mic 3. Let's do it.
All right. Go TV Boxing, the most.
You deserve it though. So let's do it.
Go TV, the most exciting and rewarding African boxing tournament, is back in Lagos. On Saturday, the 20th of August 2022, all roads lead to the Molade Okoya Thomas Indoor Sports Arena at Teslim Balogun Stadium in Surulere, Lagos. Doors open at 4 p.m. Boxing fans can purchase tickets to this event at the venue. Regular tickets go for 500 naira and VIP tickets go for 1,500 naira. This edition will bring boxing action like never before, with its lineup of astounding boxing talents slated to punch their way to win or retain their title and the cash prizes that come with it. This edition will feature 8 fights across weight divisions and will see fan favorites return to punch hard in the ring. There will be 2 cash prizes for this edition. The best boxer at the event will go home with 1 million naira and the Mojisola Ogunsoya Memorial Trophy. And of course, the runner-up will go home with a newly introduced prize category of 500,000 naira. In the international featherweight bout, the West African Boxing Union featherweight champion Taiwo Eshekpo Agbaje, who is in the country from the UK where he won 3 fights, will make a return to fight in this Go TV Boxing Night edition.
Isn't that Eshekpo?
Eshekpo, who has 12 wins, including 7 knockouts, will fight Emmanuel Agogo Mensah of Ghana, the winner of the Mojisola Ogunsola Memorial Trophy and 1 million naira in the last Go TV boxing tournament. Stephen Freeman Kadima will take on Muritado Monyashau in the cruiserweight bout. The former middleweight champion Abolaji Afonja Warrior Rashid will match gloves with Abuja-based Jafaru Tanku Suleiman, who has 12 wins, including 10 knockouts in the National Super Welterweight Challenge duel. In the lightweight divisions, fans will see Prince Lion Woye punch away at Funsho Moshood. Samuel Africa's Mayweather Adebayo will confront Bartolomeu Abuchi in the ring, and Ayobami latest Aziz will clash with Sodiq Golden Boy Oyakojo in the next bout. The light welterweight category will see Kabiru KB Sniper Salawu go head to head with Yusuf Ogunbumi, and the super bantamweight division will see Tosin Soldier Boy Osaigbovo duel with Tajuddin Amusa. Very much fans in at the venue stand the chance to go home with Go TV decoders with 1 month free subscription. Emphasis, 1 month free subscription. Not very easy to get. Now, Go TV Boxing has created a platform where boxers who have trained hard and need an avenue to gain international recognition can do so and get rewarded for their hard work. Now, in this 26th edition, the Go TV Boxing aims to continuously widen the opportunity for talented boxers to get the exposure they need and to take the profession to an international level. Go TV Boxing Night 26 holds on this Saturday at the Molade Okoya Thomas Indoor Sports Hall at Teslim Balogun Stadium in Surulere, Lagos. Because doors open at 4 p.m. Tickets will be sold at the venue. Regular tickets go for 500 naira and VIP tickets go for 1,500 naira. If you are not in Lagos, you can also watch live on Supersport.
Interesting stuff. Thank you very much. And we'd like to say thank you once again to the guys at Go TV, and to prove that we mean it, hear it.
My people, now wetin e dey take to be last man standing for inside boxing ring? E dey take sweat and speed. E dey take calculation, game plan, and sometimes luck. When you hear this, for Go TV Boxing Night 26 for Teslim Balogun Lagos, e go take only 1 champion wey sabi stand strong. Yes,
Yes, so another night of full action don't show. No miss all the exciting action we go share for the GoTV Boxing Night 26. Enjoy am live on Saturday 20th August by 5 p.m. on top GoTV channel 34. This action they available to all Ginger, Jolly, Max, and Super subscribers. Download my GoTV app to keep your subscription active so you no go miss any action. GoTV, love it.
Interesting. Love it. And this is what Anthony Joshua thinks about it all.
Anthony, hello. How are you, my friend?
I'm coming, Usyk.
That fight is this weekend.
The home of the best.
We'll be back.
BTC's dollars at 390 naira. They cross over and sell it at 502. Who does that?
In Nigeria, the most important election as a youth in Nigeria is the presidential election. That's what we're waiting for.
No, that's a lie, yo. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back. We go into the conversation. Thank you to our friends at GoTV Boxing. The season is back. For that time out, you'll be hearing a whole lot more in the days ahead. In the meantime, the big prep is for Saturday's Joshua Usyk 2 big rematch, which I believe you'll see early on Sunday morning in these parts. There will be time to talk about that over our weekend broadcasts as we build to that big one. But the most important part is that on the continent in Nigeria, the GoTV boxing season is back. And as David told you, big fights from the Eshekwas and the snipers and the
latest.
Yes, so Lagos will be agog once again. Let's come back to football. Just before we took that time out, we talked about Chelsea and we talked about Casemiro. We talked about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. This is where we hear from you and we check your comments before we go into what we have planned inside the 8 o'clock hours. 0700 993 993 993. If you're a lady and you'd like to contribute, that's 01 465 7190. 01 465 7190. Let's hear you. We're streaming on Facebook. Drop your comments, we'll take them. Drop your comments on Twitter, we'll take them. Also on our WhatsApp number. The bulk of you know the WhatsApp numbers by now. We'll be looking out for those. Who have we got there? Hodovai? Nobody on that line. We're switching to deck line 2. Hi there.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Femi.
Good evening, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
My name is Ethan Godwin. I'm calling you.
Okay, excellent. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm going to talk about the Man U going for CASEMIRO. You know, as a Man U fan, I think what the club is trying to do now, because the fans, they have been on the, planning to go on protest against them when they're playing against Liverpool coming this Monday. So I'm thinking they are buying this CASEMIRO in a bit of an hurry. I don't think buying CASEMIRO now for Manchester United is not a good buy for me, because the young man is starting now and he's going to 31 years as soon as possible now. So buying him now, how are we sure he's going to fit into Man U system? Because he's an early buy now for me. So I don't think buying him now. And if you look at the young man now, he has like 2 to 3 years to play top club football. Because looking at his age now, I don't see him playing, still being at top, like maybe 25 now, maybe like 5 years from now. So Man U could have gone for a player like in form of with NBD of Leicester or this other guy from West Ham. I think those guys, if the club is planning for his future, they have to go for a player like that, not in the person of CASEMIRO for me. So that is my take. But I wish them luck. If the guy did well for Manchester United, it's good for them. So
thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Babaudu does not totally agree with you. He's written us on WhatsApp from Edu in Ogun State. He says, good evening, Femi and the gang, and not the gangsters. I'm a Man United and Real Madrid fan. Anywhere he is, no qualms. Man U, dry bones shall rise again, and he's going to prove something. Thank you, Babaudu, for not lying. We got a call. Where is that coming from? From our Skype line. Hodovai, you got that on lock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi there.
Good morning, Femi and the gang.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. This is Francis calling from New Delhi, India.
New Delhi. That's why you said good morning. It's evening where we are.
Yeah, it's morning over here.
Excellent. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're great. Francis Xavier joining us via Skype. So you heard the conversation.
Yeah.
All the way from New Delhi.
Yeah,
what you make of it?
Yeah, when I had the conversation about Casemiro, that was last 2 days ago. I was saying, was this for real or is he a joke like that of Chelsea to Marco Corella? You know. So I was just like, was this for real? So I can't go on. Well, he's a big signing. He's a big signing. Yes, among all the whole big stars we have signed, I guess Ronaldo and Casemiro are the biggest. But I guess Ronaldo will be the one to convince Casemiro to come. And if you watch, Casemiro is a versatile player. He can play as a defensive midfielder. He can also serve as a central midfielder if in case anyone like Bruno or Eriksen is being injured. So I love that. I love the signing.
Okay.
It's very, very good. I love it.
Thank you very much, Francis. And namaste to you. Appreciate that. And you can join the conversation from wherever you are via Skype. If you don't know the details, maybe just Google up Nigeria Info on Skype and you'll get it pretty quickly. And you can do so via our Facebook page, by the way, I believe. Okay. Let's see who we got locally here. Calling, I believe, from Lagos. Hi there.
Hello, good evening, Femi.
Good evening, Friday. How is it going today?
Good evening, everybody in the house.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Friday from Igwelere.
Yep. Talk to me.
Yeah, Femi, I want to ask a question. You are talking about whole group players. Abi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask. France won the World Cup in 1998 and in the last edition. How many of their players were home group? They use African players to win the World Cup.
I think
we are waiting for their whole group players. I don't think by now they will ever get to the quarterfinal of the World Cup. Success of winning it. We are counting Madrid today that they are won the Champions League 5 times the last 7 years. See, in that first 11, in the past 5 years in Madrid, it's only Ramos that you can count as a regular and that is a Spanish player.
Interesting.
So, Oga Femi, whatever is with the fans, I don't care if Liverpool is Africa player or South America player to win the league season, just to equal Man United rest. I don't care if they use old men, let them bring Messi, Ronaldo to have to win it for us. Who cares? What matters in 50 years from now is that they will be counting that Liverpool has won Premiership 20 times. Nobody will remember how many old group players they use in that particular time. So for me, bring player from anywhere. In Nigeria can bring Brazilian player now, start Argentina to win the World Cup. Who will bother? Tunisia use Dos Santos to win the Nation Cup. The only one they have won was it not 2004? But today it's on record that they won the Nation Cup. So that's for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. He does make some really interesting points, salient ones too. I wonder what the guys think. Let me, before we go back to the phone lines, let's see what else we have here. Olumide Adeniyi. Okay. Olumide Adeniyi says that Casemiro going to Man United will be another wasteful spending by the board. He's already spent the greater and obviously the most productive part of his career at Madrid. Is just another desperate signing. I kind of, Olumide says it's desperation. And the guys have shared what they thought. I will ask David what he thinks in a bit. To Friday's point about France using an All-Africa Games team to win the World Cup twice. I remember when Switzerland did a United Nations squad to win the under-17 that Nigeria hosted when they beat our Chrysanthos, Macaulay and Little Messi in the final.
No, I don't think it was that set. I think it was
No,
like
it was not
Emmanuel
that set.
Sani,
It's
Sani Emmanuel.
Stanley
And
Emmanuel, they were the
Stanley
same
Okoro.
team now. Little Messi now.
Stanley
Okoro was
Little
Little
That was
Messi.
2009.
Yes, yes.
That's 2009 when we hosted it.
Yes,
Yes.
when we hosted
I
And
think
Switzerland-
Chrysanthus was 2007.
was 2007.
Oh,
Santos was
okay.
2007.
Pardon me. Chrysanthos was with
They won it.
Hosseini.
Yes,
2007 with Yemi Tella.
Yemi Tella.
Yeah,
Yemi Tella
and
guys.
I remember. Yes,
Ajiboye.
you're right. It's my colleague. I was not in that team, but you're right. Is Little Messi and
Emmanuel Sani
Emmanuel
and-
Sani and all of those guys in 2017. I think John Udo was part of that team. Or was John Udo part of Yemi Tella's boys? I think John Udo was part of that team. We lost that final, but what I remember was that. Did you say Spain? Switzerland.
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 We won
Yes.
Spain in the semi-final.
It's Switzerland.
lost the final.
It's
Yeah.
Switzerland, and they had a team from people made up of players from everywhere in the world. It was a United Nations team at under 17 level. It was mad, and perhaps Nigeria had no business losing that match because Nigeria outplayed them throughout the first half and for much of the second, but they just couldn't score, which was a strategy deployed by their manager. Just hold them and beat them when it matters. What's your thought on Chelsea going for 19, 18-year-old players? It seems that they are jettisoning the whole academy structure. And what impact do you think it has on it, David?
I think this is a very, very transitional and experimental phase for Chelsea. There's a lot of moving parts that are very integral to running a football club that you do not have as of now yet. It's Todd Bowley decided to take over director of football role, so he is feeling out, in the dark, and in keeping with American sporting tradition, they like to moving for young talents, get them young and see if they can groom, because it's something that they do over there.
Okay.
I don't think that the academy is going to go to the dogs. No. It's been a very, very key part of their strategy, especially under Roman Abramovich, and I think Todd Bowley will be wise. Todd Bowley and of course the Bedard Egbali guy from Clear Lake Capital will also be wise to keep with that tradition. It's been an integral part of what Chelsea are.
And don't forget, the Nigeria Info Mobile takes up. Interesting. Where did that come from?
That was you.
I knew it was my voice, but that was Hodovai doing absolute nonsense. But it's okay. Well, that was me moments ago.
Yes.
So Hodovai brought me back.
I personally think that the players they've gone for, I know, for instance, Cesare Casade is highly rated. He had quite the ball last season, but in the Primavera, this was supposed to be his come-up season. As per Inter have been lately producing some exciting young talent. Alessandro Bastoni in that light also, but this one didn't make it. They decided to cash in on, and I can understand the situation under which they decided to cash in. I do not think there is anything wrong with what they've done. They've brought players who are next to blow, not necessarily players who are still developing in the youth setup. Kani Chukwuemeka made some appearances for Aston Villa last season, and he showed what he could do. He showed that there's something there, because this season Milan also came for him. There was a couple of clubs who were also there, asking for a signature, but Chelsea brought the most money and blew everyone out of the water. So I don't see anything wrong with what they are doing. I'm just hoping that it's not one signing too many, because there doesn't seem to be like a clear thought pattern to, it's just, Tuchel says we need this, so we just go out there and get it. You get a prospect, you run it by the man, he says okay, let's do it, and then they do it. Summers like this where you sign a whole raft of players. I remember Tottenham did this in 2013 with Franco Baldini getting a whole raft of players, and only one worked out. Christian Eriksen, he stayed there 6.5 years till he left for Inter. Milan tried this, nobody from 2017 is still playing right now. Chelsea tried it, 5 years later, only Drogba was still Drogba and Ashley Cole were still left from that era. So it's not something that works all the time. And I don't think that many of the guys who are coming now are going to necessarily be here. I mean, Kasade signed a 6-year deal. I don't think he's going to be here maybe more than 5 years. Not because they are a bad side, but because there is no thought to what is going on, to what's going on right now. You may be getting square pegs into round holes, and these things happen. But I think the intention from the new owners, clearly Capital and Consortium, fairly well intentioned. They are not here for a quick buck. There's already a 10-year plan to invest in. So I don't think they will go gung-ho next season. I think this is a one-off. They will be more methodical. They'll probably have a sporting director by then. They would have a technical team making these decisions, and they'll be fine. They will still be competitive.
Well, we'll see. Still to come on the show, Alex Mandemakol Agbasiere. Well, again, his nickname almost means Alex is the Mandemakol Agbasiere. Does he have Ghanaian roots? What's the meaning of that absolute ruckus he put up days ago? After the break, we'll hear from him. In the meantime, back to the phone lines. What you make of it? Plus, we've got something on legends, and we need to kick. We'll just take one comment, and we go into our talk about legends. Hodova, hit me. Hi there.
Hello, good evening, Femi.
Hodova, I don't mean you should hit me literally. Yeah, how are you doing? Good evening.
I am fine. Good evening, Hodova.
Yeah, good evening.
I am Ejidun from Suze.
Welcome, Ejidun.
Can you hear me, Femi?
Yes, clearly, my brother. How are you, man?
I'm fine.
Yep.
I think the coming of Casemiro to Manchester United is a great move to convince Ronaldo to stay. Manchester United, after losing Pogba, they are lacking creativity in midfield. So if Casemiro is coming, I think they are working hard for CR7 to stay. CR7 staying must be with conditions. He needs quality midfield. He needs a good defense. There should be a state of emergency to remove the Manchester United defender, their captain. What's his name?
Maguire.
Their captain,
Harry Maguire, yes.
He's a loophole. Manchester United need a good defender, a good midfielder to support Ronaldo. Ronaldo will get you the goals, but not after working hard to get the goals. They will squander it. He will score 4 goals and they will concede 4 goals.
Or 5.
It cannot continue to happen. Unless they get good player that understand him, that will help him, he will stay. If they are not serious, let him go and to a serious club where he will deliver for them.
All right, Ejidun, I appreciate your comments. Interesting stuff. Let's take some comments on social media. Let's go to Facebook. Hodova, what you got?
Yeah, we have a comment from Za MMY. He's saying, "Good evening, Mr. Femi. I want Chelsea to sign up."
Mommy, you should know. Look, man, you are what, 13? You should look. I am like 75.
Femi, this is
whatever. Yeah, let's go.
So he's saying, "Good evening, Mr. Femi. I want Chelsea to sign Aubameyang so that he can play against Arsenal."
Okay.
David Ojoto is saying, "I'll be glad if Ronaldo leaves." Puerto Peter Maye saying, "Good evening, Mr. Femi. I really do not see anything wrong with buying few youngsters to join up with the homegrown team. There's nothing wrong with that, and that Chelsea is not the only club who have signed players like this. Overall, he believes that even the few that we have seen, the likes of Mason Mount and the rest, they've not." The message just disappeared. Basically, what he's saying is that there's no problem in buying players and having them for the future.
Okay.
We have someone here, Adeni Michael. If Ronaldo could stay, it would be good for Casemiro so that he would quickly adapt into the English style of playing.
Yeah, what's the name of that? That's the message above that one that you skipped. Is the name that chased you away.
No, this Chale Me Odogo Bona. People are.
Is
So
that
he's saying
good signing
for United, yes, but they will still collect from United. His name is Good News, actually. Good News from away.
Okay. Hey, he said he will start well. He will start for United. You say they will collect. You what?
No, he's saying he will start well. He's saying it's a good signing.
But
He will
still
start,
collect.
yes, but United will still lose to Liverpool on Monday. Yeah,
and that pains you. Let's see.
We'll win, Femi. United.
Yeah, right. Okay. Good evening, Oga Femi. Casemiro is a good player. I think he has nothing to prove at United after winning 5 UCLs in Madrid. He's coming to enjoy United's money. That's Genix from Lekki. You send that one via WhatsApp. I believe Chelsea do not need a 33-year-old striker. It's a waste of funds. That's Harrison from Shasha in Lagos. Somebody's asking about update on Anthony transferred to Manchester United by Otuya Shedrack.
Nothing is happening there. There's been talk that United want to submit a 100 million bid.
No, but it's not nothing is happening. I mean, yesterday a bid was put in. Around 80 million, and Ajax rejected today. He didn't go for training today.
Yeah.
He did not train today. He went to the gym, but he didn't train. So there's news that he wants to leave.
Who goes on strike for Man United?
He wants to leave. United still have that juice. What do you mean?
So that's the other Anthony we
Yes.
talked about. The Anthony that's not Anthony Martial.
Yes.
Still a possibility for United.
Yes, but Femi, we have news now, confirmation from Manchester United that they have, like we've been saying, that they've agreed a deal in principle for the transfer. So it's all but confirmed from United, subject to medicals and all of that things being agreed for Casemiro. So it's a done deal.
Okay.
It's a done deal.
All right, we'll check
At
what
18 million a year, it will be a done deal.
Well,
it's whether it's not my money. It's not my money.
No, it's not your money.
United
So
fans' money, David.
It's not your money
And
now. So
80 million is how much a week?
80 million rounds off at around. I'm looking at 400 plus.
No, it's not going to be
400 plus net.
Net,
taxes
yes.
and everything.
At the end of the day, it's most
250
likely
million.
be
Probably
about
go on with
250
250 million.
250k a week.
a
And
week.
that is, I don't have any problem with that.
We'll see how it goes. We'll come back to that.
It said net. Gross.
Gross.
His gross is
Exactly.
fun.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay, interestingly. So who is a legend? It's an important question. What does Pep Guardiola think?
I would say we feel legends, and we feel that we don't need to 10 years to 15 years to realize the magnitude of what we have done in these last 5 years, winning 4 Premier Leagues against these rivals, against these managers, these players. If someone else has to say the lack of character, should not be pundit anymore.
You heard what he said at the beginning. Hear it again.
I would say we feel legends, and
So
we feel
he says we feel legend, but he meant we feel like legends, talking about his team. But then he goes further to emphasize that, look, we are indeed legends.
We are legends. So when you win in this country, the Premier League, 4 times in 5 years, or 6 and 4, it's because these guys are so special. So we'll be remembered. And the first time 100 points, we won with a lot of margin. The second one in Brighton.
Okay, Pep, that's enough. We are legends. We feel like legends. We are legends to the Man City team. In terms of fame, achievements, likability and longevity, the likes of Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Thierry Henry, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Francesco Totti, Marco Reus, without any doubt, these guys can be considered legends of their clubs. So that word again, legend. Then we have the likes of Ozil, Robin van Persie, Neymar, Coutinho, Suarez. The list goes on and on. Pep Guardiola thinks his squad at Man City are legends. The big question is, who is a legend? Itunu, who do you consider a legend? He was yeah. Serves you right.
Okay.
Who's a legend?
Let me pick it from this angle. There are good players everywhere. Yes, depends on who they are playing for and the team that surrounds them. Whether you like it or not, Maguire currently, if he didn't go to any club, he is a legend.
him.
Legend where?
Legend
Maguire is going to be a legend.
Legend of
Manchester United. He's famous. He's popular.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not picking it from the
This is a legend
perspective
of
of
the
whether
Liga.
he's a good defender or anything. If that's what Odova was expecting.
Okay.
He's
No, I'm not saying he's a bad defender. I'm just a bad defender.
Odova is usually a calm guy, but he's going to fly across the table and slap you if I'm not careful. Who do you think is a legend, Daniel?
Well, from my angle, I just see a legend has to do around ability. Your ability and your ability. For instance,
I have ability. Does that make me a legend?
Okay, let me paint this picture, Femi.
Yeah.
You have the ability to talk on radio, right?
Okay.
So let's say somebody talk Nigeria out of the situation we are now for just one day. He becomes a legend.
Okay.
The ability for him to do that.
Oh, so maybe someday somebody will look at me and say Femi is a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But however he talks too. He has ability to talk.
Exactly my point. Your ability,
Yeah.
the amount of time you've exhibited your ability in a very top-notch manner, that makes you a legend. I don't think you have to do it over time to become a legend. There are people who play football for donkey years and they are no legends.
Yeah.
While there are people who play for just 2 years, 3 years, and you can just see something.
Or pussycat years. And,
Yeah, yes. Just not so long, but you can attest to their abilities when they played the game.
Hodova, who do you think is a legend?
Well, I think I'll look at club legend for me. I won't say legend. So I think legendary status in football is based off the length of time you've played and the impact you've made. I think that is what determines legendary. So you stay at a club for 9 years and you play at the highest level for, let's say, 8 or 7 or 9 of those years. You've mentioned the likes of Totti. Totti was a one-man army, spent into his 40s or still playing for Roma. The number 10 jersey has been rejected by almost everybody. Dybala rejected to wear that jersey too. So it's the length of time spent and the impact made at the club you've been in. Yes, basically that's what. So if you can stay very long and you don't make it, Phil Jones would not be. He's not a United legend.
Okay. I was going to round up by asking David, but I have a better idea. I'll take a break first. When we come back, who is a legend? We'll hear from David.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Black. It's not dark.